Right here, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for turning up today. For this, we're doing New World Cabernet. So to give you an idea of where Cabernet Sauvignon comes from originally, talking over the classic region is France, particularly Bordeaux. The areas like Bergerac, etc. around it also have quite a strong Cabernet planting. Cabernet is also grown in Italy and is actually the main production grape for Super Tuscans. So we're not looking at Old World Cabernet today, but originally Cabernet Sauvignon came from a cross blending of Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc being a red fruited, medium-bodied style of wine. The Sauv Blanc bringing obviously the florals and elderflower and a strong acidity. So Cabernet, from that crossbreeding, created a grape varietal that is really heavy in the big black fruits, particularly blackberries, a higher acidity level, and bigger tannins. That means the skins are thicker and quite dense. So that's classic for Bordeaux. So if you're looking at particularly the Medoc region, so in Bordeaux there's a river. Actually, there's a river runs through it. So
how many rivers is there?
So there's one big river they call the Gironde, which then splits into the Garonne and the Dordogne. Anyway, and in that area between the two rivers is called the Entre-deux-Mers. The classic region for Cabernet, now Cabernet is grown all throughout the area, is particularly what's called the left bank or the Medoc region or Haut-Medoc region. And that's where you got your really, really expensive chateaus, Petrus, Mouton, Lafite, all these sort of these wineries up there. On the other side, they grow predominantly Cab Franc, Merlot, and some Cabernet. And in fact, the classic Merlot style is actually grown in Saint-Emilion, which again is a Grand Cru region as well. So today we're going to be looking at the New World expressions. So these are grapes that have been taken from the Old World, transplanted over to the New World, particularly Australia, because that's where we are, and is now classically grown in Australia in specific regions. And Dan, do you know the specific regions that Cabernet is classically grown in Australia?
Coonawarra.
Yes.
Is it the big one?
Yep, South Australia, Coonawarra.
Margaret River.
Yes, that's correct.
And they'd be the two.
They're the two major regions. They are the major ones. We actually do have another. Did I bring the other one out? No, I didn't. Didn't I? No, that's a shock. Okay, well, there is another region which I quite like, some Cabernet, but it's a completely different style and probably doesn't really fit into this tasting in a classical sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the classic Australian Cabernets. We're going to start this time with the Cabernet from Margaret River, the Vas Filius Cabernet. So these Cabernets all generally sit around if you're looking to buy a good quality wine, you're probably looking at paying between generally 28 to 50 bucks a bottle. These are actually sitting generally all pretty much across the range between 30 and 40. So we're going to have a look at the Filius Cabernet from Margaret River. So hopefully we're going to see a good depth of colour. So Cabernet generally the colour is medium to full bodied or medium, a deep colour, usually deep garnet rather than ruby, and shouldn't really have any purple notes in it unless they've added a portion of Shiraz or something like that to it.
It's dark, but it also looks really quite bright through.
Yeah, it's got that really lovely bright, bright garnet red edge to it. So now on the nose, you should be getting those blackberry notes, maybe a little bit of cassis. You do sometimes pick up some really cedary notes because Cabernet handles oak extremely well. And in fact, part of the winemaking technique of Cabernet is generally to build texture through its actual oaking regime. Depending on the oaks, generally it could be French oak or American oak. American oak was used predominantly through the 80s, 90s and early 2000s. Now they've trended much more towards French oak. So. The upfront fruit is not going to be like a Shiraz where you're going to get a big fruit bomb up front. You should get just some subtle fruit.
Cassis.
Yep.
Up front.
Yep. And then there's the mid palate, which sort of dies away a little bit, but then it all turns up in the back palate. So you're getting that in the back palate there, Matt?
Yeah.
And the tannin is instant.
Yeah, tannin is, the acidity is high too, which means that your cheek's going to start watering. You're actually going to get that drying sensation from the tannins, and you get the fruit component. So Cabernet is the biggest planted grape in the world. Overseas, Cabernet is the biggest selling red grape in the world. In Australia, it's not. Shiraz predominates well and truly over Cabernet, and Cabernet is used in top end sort of stuff. It sells quite a bit, like everything the 40s to several $100s. Cabernet will sell. In the lower end spectrum, usually it's blended with Cab Merlot or a Cab Shiraz. Classic Cab Shiraz is the Australian blend that was put together. So what do we think? Is it quite? It's not a big fruit bomb or a blousy Shiraz or anything like that. This is definitely much more of those red, the black plums, I should say, black plum note to it. What do you reckon, Dan?
Definitely a food one. I think it's good. I'm so used to starting with lighter reds and working up to it. So it's a bit of a punch in the face for the first drink of the afternoon, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Um,
Well, if you joined us early, you would have had a drink before.
But even so, it's still like, not as. The fruit makes it like quite easy drinking still.
Yeah, it's a really challenging wine to start the day with, is what Dan's saying, and I agree with him. It is quite challenging
Hey,
to hammer.
stole my piece of pork.
I know, thank you.
I'd only half chewed on it.
Right, we share speak, it's fine.
There you go.
That being said though, like, it's a really good expression of Australian Cabernet coming out of Margaret River. Bass Felix does a really good job, but you're going to see a massive difference.
Did Cab Sav, because you know how Shiraz had the thing that wiped it out in the old world,
Yep,
and
same
then
thing.
so Cab Sav
Cab
had the
Sav,
same
yeah.
thing.
Exactly.
So we have the oldest clones again.
We argue about it. US actually generally has older clones than us, but I can't prove that. It's not something that's turned up in a lot of the literature about it.
Well, it doesn't sound like they went to the US to restock their
They
stuff.
did.
They did as well.
Well, they had to restock their stuff from any plantings they could find. Australia was a major planting site for Shiraz, particularly, and for other varietals, but they had to take it from everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So, there wasn't any singular area that they stole everything from. It's just that we've actually proved that we've got the oldest Grenache, and in some cases the oldest Shiraz.
Didn't the philosopher come from the States in the first
It
place?
did.
Yeah.
It feels like a Strait of Hormuz moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tropical.
Holidays and that.
Now,
The further you got through that, the better
yeah.
it was.
It gives your palate time to adjust for it as well. So this is DiGiorgio's
Eat a half
Coonawarra
piece of
Cabernet.
pork.
This is actually one of my, so out of Coonawarra, my favourite Cabernets were, and I won't give it in any particular order, but Katnook was always one of my favourites. Balnaves was another really, really good one. Magella. DiGiorgio is also one of the ones that tops my list, and Parker's. Those 5 Cabernet companies, or those 5 wineries, they've produced excellent Cabernet for a long time, so you've got a lot of trust invested in them. You've got companies like Wynns, who are owned by a big multinational, that produce Cabernet, and there is an argument that they produce a lot of good Cabernet. The unfortunate part about it is they also commoditise the Cabernet. And what commoditisation means is it'll be the cheapest you can get for the price type thing. And this is the problem that I've got, is Wynns Black Label Coonawarra used to be an absolute humdinger of a wine, but over the years it's just sort of gone down. Kind of like, actually, if you go back in history, Wolf Blass. Wolf Blass Red Label used to be the expensive Wolf Blass. Now it's an $8 bottle. So,
Right down there with McLean's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stab, Dan, stab.
So
Yeah.
you eat half my pork, you don't pour me
Yeah, no, I'm not
wine.
going to.
It's not my afternoon.
No, it's really not. You're not winning this one at all, are you? Screw you, buddy. Yeah, screw you. Right, yeah. This one, depth of colour again is that deep ruby, or deep garnet actually. Deep garnet.
That one's definitely darker.
This one has really got blackberry notes, really blackberry. The other one's kind of just juby notes. This is straight out blackberry, like that black briar.
That one felt drier than this one, if that makes sense. It feels dry.
Definitely.
This one's got a lot more oak to it too, or a lot more bigger oak usage in it, I should say.
Feels like less tannin.
It's a lot more plummy and round in the
Plums.
mouth. Plums, yes. Have to bring that up sometime.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to say plums before, actually, but he didn't.
We did, but you walked away. So, now, probably one of the classic notes for Coonawarra Cabernet is the tannin structure different. So if you remember the tannin structure on this, which was a rounder, drying, but still round. This one is a lot chalkier. So,
That's why I find it a lot softer.
Yeah.
That's for me.
I think so too. Definitely.
it also has a lot more fruit to it. The cool part about Coonawarra is it's at the bottom of South Australia. It gets a really mitigating breeze that comes in the afternoons, and that's due to a big current that comes off the Antarctic. That actually comes off the coast of, and I want to say Coonawarra Township. It comes up there, and this lovely cooling breeze comes across, and actually allows a really warm climate grape to cool down and then take a lot longer to actually become ripe. And it also keeps the vineyards remarkably clean and fresh.
That came straight off from out the Tasmanian direction, so they're cold.
So Tassie's here. So if you look at Australia, I'm going to invert it around. So this is the east coast, and Tasmania is here. The Bite's here. Coonawarra is on the Bite. Yeah. So if you look at the map over there, it's on the Bite. That the current actually comes up on the west side of Tasmania. Comes up, and it's undersea current, and it comes up just outside of Coonawarra Township, Penola, that kind of area. It comes up there, and it's just a beautiful, breeze that comes through and cools everything right down in the vineyard. Kind of like the Humboldt current that goes up the side of Chile. Again, mitigating a whole bunch of heat issues that they have there. This grape, however, like this one, it is a lot more fruit to it. Like it's got blackberry notes to it, and it's quite rich in the front. The oak use, there's a lot more vanillins, a lot more of the sort of pencil shaving notes in there as well. It's got a prickly acidity to it and a chalky tannin. And that is kind of a classic note for Cabernet from Coonawarra. In fact, this is pretty much, if I said the word Coonawarra Cabernet, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So it is literally that. So anyone that comes in and goes, I love my Cabernet, and you say, where do you like it from? They say Coonawarra. They're after this bigger, rounder, richer, drier style. Whereas if they go, I like my Margaret River, they like something that's a bit more plums, a little more restrained on the fruit, and a bit more rounded on the tannin. So they're the two classic. Now, as you can see, they're markedly different.
Yeah.
So, and the reason is for terroir and winemaking notes for that as well. So yeah, big time.
I think it would be slightly higher on the level-wise, climate-wise.
It gets a massive, it's a maritime climate that comes through. So everyone sort of talks about South Australia being a Mediterranean climate because it's got a lot less seasonal changes in weather patterns, whereas the maritime climate over in West Australia is a lot different in seasonal patterns.
Latitude-wise?
Latitude-wise, it's a bit further north. Then it's
Just talking about the map there.
if you look at the map,
There's
it's
Coonawarra on that.
Coonawarra on the map. Shady, put your finger straight out into the bottom bite, down a little bit, around there. No, keep going across to your right, there.
Okay.
Whereas
So-
Margaret River is there, up a bit, up.
No, it's there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it says Margaret River.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, normally I would just take it from the top part of Dunsborough.
It is north to...
Yeah, just slightly, not much.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a very similar latitude, but massively different with the climates and the different types of climate that it's getting to.
Completely different ocean.
Well, it's all one big water, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're all one people. Anyway, so that is like two classic regions. Now, there are other regions, and South Australia is renowned for a lot of wine production. So we're going to have a look at 3 different Cabernets from 3 different regions, all within really close proximity to each other. We're going to look at a Barossa, a Clare Valley, and an Eden Valley. And then we're going to go overseas and have a look in America. So,
Going to Donald's backyard.
yes, it's the greatest Cabernet.
It'll be great.
It'll be the greatest. If it's not the greatest Cabernet, I'll invade it.
It's the greatest in some instances, the best.
Yeah. There we go. Now, this is a Cabernet that's just come in for us that we did a tasting on and absolutely adored. This is William Hunt Cab Sav, Old Vine from Barossa, and this is 2022.
Bathtub mix.
Bathtub mix.
Homemade, isn't it?
Oh, it's homemade. Not quite. No, the guys that do this are Jag Wines or Pirate Crew Wines. They do the Ford Madox Brown, the Slurpee Puppy. They do the William Hunt range and the Dante Gabriel.
But all quite small.
Very, very small production. It's one of those companies that's got a really small production, but they do it well. So, the big difference you should see in this Cabernet is Barossa is a lot more fruit driven and a lot less short in the tannin.
Yeah.
And just off the bat, it is so fruit driven in comparison.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
Again, lovely garnet colour.
Not licorice.
Styries.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to get licorice and spices just to see what the difference is.
So, if you start chewing on Styries, you'll know the difference real bit. So this is a lot more of those big black fruits. And I mean, there's black plums, black berries, even some blueberry in there as well. It's just big fruit. The acidity is still there. I mean, my cheeks are watering, which is really good. The tannin is not anywhere near as dry. It's a lot softer and a lot rounder.
That's the fruit, I think, balancing.
Yeah.
Balancing that out.
But it's also, it's nowhere near the chalky tannins that, or the rounded tannins that.
Barossa must ripen a lot more.
It does.
Juicy and round.
Yeah. It's a lot more of that juicy sort of style of Cabernet, which is a really good style if you're getting someone into Cabernet. If you just start them on that, it's a real punch in the face. And this one, that was like, oh, that's a bit of a hard, chewy thing to get through. You start off with these, and suddenly it's like, whoop, yeah, okay. I can see this. It's almost, it's a Shiraz drinker's Cabernet.
Yeah, really. It's almost like the Shiraz flavour, but it's a straight Cabernet, isn't it?
100% Cab. And you can tell it because it finishes with that Cabernet finish.
I'm going to eat the whole piece this time.
So much juicier and
It is so much too sharp.
Yeah, definitely.
And truly, Cabernet is probably the hidden gem from the Barossa. And we'll see that when it's South Australia as a whole.
it does a weird kind of peppery thing on your tongue too that the other two didn't.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, but I had just had a tomato with a ton of pepper on it, and I wasn't sure whether it was the wine or whether it was the tomato.
So we're going to stay in the Barossa, and we're going to look at an Eden Valley Cabernet. Now, Eden Valley is a lot higher, 480 metres above sea level, which is way higher than the Barossa Valley floor or the Western Ridge. This is one we know really well. This is Brock and Shack's Miss Bronte Cabernet. Just put that in chatty.
Actually, I've had it a little bit.
Oh yeah, okay. But you stick the nose in, that's Cabernet. That is straight cab nose. Oh, wow.
It's got a little meaty note to it.
It does.
It's like, yeah, steak has come out of the fridge. Raw steak, not off raw steak, just fresh.
But again, the fruit, what fruit I don't know is good. I'm going to be very biased and say, look, this is one of my take-home Cabernets. We drink a lot of this at the house. And it's just a great Cabernet. It's, again, a very fruited style. And coming out of Barossa, it kind of has to be because it's just such a warmer climate. Even Eden Valley, with it being a cooler climate, the only way that they'll be able to get those drier styles would be if they picked it earlier and have too much acidity into it. But they picked this phenolically right. It's a beautiful wine.
I got a bit of a vibe.
Yeah, tomato bush on the palate. Or
Yeah, actually you do get a lot more tomato bush.
tomato vine or bush. Yeah.
So we talk about earthiness and
So when
things like that, like, you know, you get that earthy note that turns up in Cabernet. This one's got a touch of that. Yes, others not so much.
Tannin is
It's still there.
Yeah,
it's not.
definitely more.
It's not. It's not that rounded. It's not chalky. It is a softer version of this, but I find that the darker fruits and just a bit more of the cooler climate style Cabernet notes coming through.
Yeah, tannin right up
When you got
front.
those-
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like I'm noticing it more than I did with that one.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe just because it's on the front.
Mm.
As you going up.
It's lovely.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Now, across the hill.
It's felt like a little bell, like, drink.
Drink, goddammit.
Go.
Drink. You gotta finish that, and then you gotta pour
Yeah,
that.
you got to.
Well, I love this one.
And then we're having this one
And
now.
we're having this one.
I'm already
So,
on this.
The heat's on.
yeah, no, it's not meant to be a rush. It does. I'd like to keep this sort of for about half an hour if we can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it gets a bit long and winded. So, just across the hill from. So, Barossa, in South Australia, Barossa sits here. Eden Valley sits here. Clare Valley is literally across the hill. You can drive to Clare Valley from Barossa easily. Adelaide Hills is the next one across as well. So, you literally can go Barossa, Eden Valley, Adelaide Hills, or you can just go from Barossa straight to Clare Valley and then take a bit of a jaunt back to get to Eden
And
Valley.
how far, like, what's that, kilometres?
Oh,
3 hour
no,
drive?
God, no, less than half an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All the way to Adelaide Hills.
Oh, no, Adelaide Hills, if you go through Eden Valley, can take probably 2 hours, maybe. And that's only because the roads do this
That's
a
not
lot.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's
There.
you can literally go from, and friends of mine do this, they literally go from Adelaide out to Barossa, Barossa up to Eden Valley, then they go across to Adelaide Hills, have dinner, like they'll have lunch at Barossa, go to Adelaide Hills, have dinner in Adelaide Hills, and then drive back to get back to Adelaide.
Who's driving?
That's what the police want to know as well. Now, this one here is O'Leary Walker's Cabernet. Now, we really like O'Leary Walker wines.
For that price, the Miss Bronte is a great.
Oh, yeah. So the Miss Bronte is kind of, we are kind of a little bit,
A little biased.
well, a little biased for starters.
It's a good
See, I've
drinking
poured more for you. But it is actually,
One there.
it is actually, unless Shaddy's no, it doesn't deserve it. It is actually,
Along with his finger.
yeah, I can tell, it's the way it's set up. So as I said, these sit between about 30 to 40 bucks. So Miss Bronte, however, does actually sit at about $28 normally, but we sell it for a lot less because we're really close to the winemaker. That being said though, like it's a great, like I said, it's my take-home one. That's a great take-home Cabernet. Now, the one, I've always loved Clare Valley for Cabernet for a very strange reason. That it's got this really sort of milk chocolate note to the back of it that I find. Like you literally taste it and you're going, oh, that's got blackberries and juicy fruits, juby notes, a lot more red currant and things like that to it. And then this weird sort of milk chocolate note to the back. It's just like, oh, that came out of nowhere. Oh look, this one makes me early.
I watched you do that, and I'm waiting for Andy to get to it.
Pretty good. Soaking it in tomato juice to soften the Mickey up.
Good call.
I have a funny feeling tomato juice must be going through a hole in this.
That'll be the fat out of the.
Leave the fat, rub the fat in, that'll
Yeah.
look after the wood. Get acid from the tomato juice.
Yeah, you just left so much open there. Don't say anything.
Comment.
All right. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
So,
Over
Cabernet.
over 80.
Yeah, no. So Clare Valley Cabernet. I always find it's one of those hidden things. Like it's even hidden when it comes to South Australia. everyone talks about Clare Valley when it comes to the Rieslings, and I find if you ask me what grape I prefer out of Clare Valley, I just go Cabernet every time.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Now somebody bought a bottle of that, I think it was this one.
Mm-hmm.
We got, there's another colour label, isn't there?
There's a green one that's
Green one. No, it was definitely this one, it wasn't the
Yeah.
green one. Brought it back
oh
and
There's a tan one as well.
said, oh, my son was up and he bought a couple of bottles, he bought this, he took one drink and said, no, it's no good, it's bad. And I went, oh, okay, how long's it been open? And he said, oh, a couple of days. And I poured a glass. Most perfectly beautiful wine I've tasted in ages. I went,
Mhm.
oh, that's really opened up nicely.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I went, no, this is actually really good. There's no fault with this at all.
we just get the money back, but I mean,
No, actually, he said, oh, I'll take it home, maybe my wife will drink it. He didn't drink wine.
oh okay, because I was going to say it can be quite confronting Cabernet at the front, especially if you've been drinking like South Australian Cabernets, or if you've been thinking you're drinking something else. You know, sometimes wine, really, really good wine, needs to open up and breathe. And if you just pour and start scoffing, you're going to have a real waste of time, honestly, unless your palate's trained for it. In fact, I've got
Quite enjoyable.
yeah, but I've got 2 bottles over there from Yarra Yering, which on release, if you cracked and poured that, you'd go, oh, that's light and quite tight and really, austere and stringent. You give it 10 minutes and it suddenly turns into this beautiful sort of flavours and you get this really intensity of fruit. It becomes really complex and lovely. But you need to give it time. And this is what happens with a lot of guys who buy wine. I'm buying this $200 bottle to take to a barbecue.
I swear. Can you bring the key to the
Pardon,
wine?
oui.
Yes.
The key to the wine.
Key to the wine, please, sir.
To the wine. Le clé du vent.
Le Clé du Vent. I went to the city de Vin.
Pardon?
I went to the city de Vin.
Devine?
Yeah.
Yes.
City de Vin.
City de Vin.
Yeah.
Ville de Vin?
City of wine.
Ville.
No, city. City of wine.
City de Vin.
Yeah.
Ville de Vin.
You guys
No,
can't just
village.
make up words,
No,
all right?
okay, right.
Stop.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. Monsieur.
Monsieur.
Now, we've had a look at Australia pretty much. There's one more region that I wanted to do, but it was just getting a bit expensive, and I love it. It's actually Yarra Valley. Yarra Valley does a Cabernet, but it is so different from all the ones we've just had that unless you like a Yarra Valley Cabernet, it's light, it's pretty. It's kind of like a Syrah to a Shiraz. It's just perfumed and perfect. I love it.
I love that.
That's it.
I love that.
Yeah, that's that little chocolatey note in the back there too. It's weird how it turns up. It doesn't turn up on anything else. But that chocolatey note that it finishes with there is just amazing. Right. Now, let's go across to the land of...
Everything's great.
it's all great.
Where they have enough oil
Yeah.
to make fuel. So it doesn't matter to everybody else.
Have you noticed though, just a personal thing, I'm not making any conspiracy theories or anything, that most of the world's oil comes out of the Middle East. The next 3 largest oil producing countries in the world are Canada, the US, and Venezuela.
Alberta.
Well, that just makes it really interesting. If you wanted to corner the market, stop the Middle East. Anyway, that's nothing to do with that. Anyway. So, this is, I believe it's out of Napa, is it? Napa or Sonoma? So this is Bogle
Should
Vineyards.
put the logo on.
You should do. No, this is just a Californian one. So this by Clarksburg. I don't know. Where's the AVA on this? I can't see it. It's just AVA of California, I think. So it's a California one.
Just be anyway.
Yeah, it could be pretty much anywhere over to California, anywhere from Santa Barbara, Santa Monica.
Is the label covering it up maybe?
No, it's not. That's just the importer. No, this is from Clarksburg. No, it doesn't say anything about it. So in the US, here we go. It's certified green. Okay. So in the US, they have what's called AVAs, American viticultural areas. And it's a nested system. So you've got California, any wine coming out of, you've got wine of the US, then you've got a wine of California, and then inside that you've got like, smaller AVAs, Santa Barbara, Sonoma, Napa, Russian River, and they get smaller and smaller after the vineyards
That
themselves.
was the biggest name I know.
Yeah, Napa and Sonoma are the two biggest ones you're going to see, or the most famous ones you're going to see. So anyway, this is Bogle Vineyards. This is their Cabernet, and this is, we like Bogle Vineyards, like Bogle wines. They do a Zinfandel, which is excellent. They do a Cabernet, Shiraz, not Shiraz, sorry, Chardonnay, which we love. And then you're seeing a massively different fruit profile from what we've just had. A massively different tannin structure. And even the acidity is different.
Very different.
Massively different.
Incredibly different.
Yeah, so what do you think, why would you think it's so different though?
What's on the other side of the world for a start?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to be terroir, the water,
Mm-hmm.
mainly terroir, the soils, sand.
So yeah.
It's not all desert over there.
No, but that
Probably like
it's
sandy
a
and-
lot more of the soils and the terroir. But the thing is that when you go to Cabernet from the US, the winemaking is different, the growing is different. Like viticulturally, or grape growing, is all pretty much the same across the board for everything. But there's so many variable factors that go into that wine, and one of them is that the area itself produces different minerality contents. Water has different minerality styles, it's different hardness of waters, and therefore the grape grows. And it's like grabbing an apple from Stanthorpe against an apple from
It's
Thailand.
not even the same hemisphere.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's completely different. And this is where we talk about terroir a lot. What is terroir? Is it really a thing? Well, literally, we've just proved it. We've done 5 Cabernets from Australia, and that one looked massively different. That one and that one looked massively different. These sort of had a profile that you could
Yeah.
put together. You could see differences in them, but you could put them together as that sort of
They
similar
were
profile.
definitely a lot more sense.
Much closer. If there's going to be what's the closest to this, it would be this one.
True, but what I'm saying is that these are fairly, they're very distinctive.
Yeah.
That's quite distinctive. This one is radically different from everything else we've had.
Oh, for sure.
And the reason is because it comes from the US. So we talk about wine and commoditization of wine where,
It's like the people. Very different.
very, very different. But they're the greatest. Anyway, but
Is it the greatest?
So different.
it is so different,
So
but it's so
different.
delightful, so yummy. So what is the biggest difference? Is it the fruit profile? Is it the acidity? Is it the tannin? Well, I'm going to go, yes, it's all of them. They all.
Not as big a punchy fruit as some of the others we've had.
I'm getting more floral in that compared to the other.
Yeah,
The fruits are
And it's always
sweeter.
tannic.
It's more of a sweet.
the sweet style. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
also the oak use in that that's American. So,
So it's the greatest.
it's the greatest. But no, it is literally like a very, very distinctive
It is.
difference from the others. And this is the part about buying your wines from different reasons. When you walk into a bottle shop or even a restaurant, particularly a restaurant, if you're sitting down to have something, buy the wine that the restaurant is actually aiming for. So if you're in a Spanish restaurant, buy Spanish wine. Yeah, there's no point buying Australian wine. You're just going to see an Australian view or version of Spanish wine. Spanish tapas, if they're doing that sort of style, buy a Spanish wine. You get to get the flavors and you see how the flavors work together. If you're, if you want to buy an Australian, well, actually what I have done before, and it costs a lot of money, but you can do it, is that you go, I'll have Spanish food made in Australia by Australians generally, or
Go so ahead.
anyway, and then you've got, we'll bleep that out. But then you've got, an Australian version of a temp, and then you've got a Rioja, and you try those two wines, and it is chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
Massively different. Now, I'm not saying which one it goes better with the tapas, but I'm just saying that is, you drink an old world temp or a Rioja, and you go, wow, it could be a Crianza, or it could be whatever. and you go, wow, that is really lighter, bright cherries. Da, da, da. And you get the Australian one, it's like, holy crap, that is a punch of fruit. It's always interesting to see how different regions bring wine, take grapes and change them. And I think this is the kind of thing that, your average consumer kind of needs to know, is that when you walk into a bottle shop and you go, hey, I'm after a nice bottle of something, I would say, what are you cooking? What are you cooking?
Yeah, what are you having?
What are you having?
Having with.
And if they go, oh yeah, I'm having pizza, I'll generally go to Italian styles. Might be Australian, Australian Sangiovese or Barbera or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they go, no, I really like Chianti, well, I'll just point it to Chianti.
Yeah.
But if you,
And I
really,
still sell the cheaper one they got on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic.
it's fantastic. The bit of Colo,
It's good.
yeah, it's
There's
great.
more expensive ones, but if you don't have the budget, then
Yeah.
it's good.
And the thing is, that's the whole point. Is we try to find a spread of wines across different price points. The Valdemareda from Rioja. It's a really bulk temp from Spain.
Good.
$18 a bottle. Can't beat it. It's fantastic. The Australian version though is really interesting because we have tried it against Australian ones, and it's the Australian one will definitely satisfy an Australian palate that likes bigger fruit. But if you want to get the more traditional style,
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note though, which one of these do you reckon
Great question.
is the best of the Cabernets we've tried today?
I think the burger's the greatest.
That's
The greatest. But no, actually, I actually like that one the most. The burger.
like the American one.
Yeah,
Yep.
funnily enough.
I think I'm a Leary Walker.
Larry Walker, that's a good one. Dan?
I'm looking for a pay rise, so. No.
Ching.
I actually quite enjoyed the blossom
Yep.
because of the fruit and
Yep.
lightness to it.
And I like the Giorgio. So we're all completely different on this one.
Yeah.
We're all
But I mean, we get to see Cabernet in its own, in all different guises.
None of them were bad though. That's the great.
Oh,
Yeah, I liked all of them.
Before
Yeah.
I drank a Leary Walker, I would point at Miss Bronning out to everyone. If they would, I want a cab sauv, I don't know what I want. Get that.
Funnily enough, I actually really like, even though Dan, you were saying how it was a big one to start with, I actually did really like the Bas Felix as the
Well,
was
we'll go back to that after.
Yeah,
Camera.
when the camera turns off.
Now that I've had all the others, that probably will be completely different again.
Yeah. And really when it comes to it though, it's your own personal taste. No one can tell you what you like and dislike. It's up to you to work it out. But I think probably the biggest thing is to just literally go outside your own comfort zone. I mean, it's really interesting for me when I go out and I go, oh yeah, if I'm in another country, like, oh, I'm in this region, give me your wines to taste. I will drink.
Bring me your wine.
Bring me everything you have. And,
I'll have one.
some days it's great. Some days you're just like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you've tried it.
Yeah, you have to have the oh my god, what am I doing
Yeah.
phases to get to the really good, finding
Yes.
the really good stuff.
So on that note, drink
Cheers.
well, drink like yourself. Cheers.
Cheers, Hobby.
Yep.
I suggest you never put your finger up at your sensei.
On that note,